Good evening. Welcome to the big Saturday debate on CNN News 18. I'm Arunama. The Bharatiya Janata Party has blown the poll whistle, taking a head start over the opposition. How will this impact the political landscape ahead of Lok Sabha polls? Political analysts joining in the show shortly. But first, let me just break down for you what the BJP has announced today. The Bharatiya Janata Party has announced a first list of 195 candidates for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. The list includes 34 union ministers as the party put its best foot forward, putting out the names even before the Election Commission announced the poll schedule. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will once again contest from Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. He has won the constituency twice and will be hoping for a hat-trick this time around. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who has led the party to a thumping victory in the 2014 general elections, will contest from Gujarat's Gandhinagar. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh returns to his familiar turf of Lucknow once again, whereas Rajya Sabha MP Jyotiraditya Scindia will be back to the home turf of Guna in Madhya Pradesh, a constituency that he has held since 2002 under Congress until his loss to BJP's Krishnapal Singh Yadav in 2019. After she pulled off a victory against Rahul Gandhi in Congress stronghold Amethi in 2019, Smriti Irani has been once again entrusted with the key constituency. The big question remains, will BJP be the first mover, get the first mover advantage for the 2024 clash? All those who have been re-nominated are thanking Prime Minister Modi. Let's begin with this exclusive conversation with former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan.
शिवराज सिंह चौहान जी, एक बार आपको सर फिर टिकट मिली है।
मैं केंद्रीय नेतृत्व का आभारी हूं। श्रद्धेय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय नड्डा जी, हमारे केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री आदरणीय अमित भाई, उन्होंने विदिशा की जनता की सेवा करने का अवसर दिया है। देखिए, हम जैसे कार्यकर्ताओं के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी राष्ट्रीय पुनर्निर्माण का मिशन है। मैं तो मां कहता हूं, क्योंकि पार्टी के माध्यम से ही हम अपनी जनता और अपने देश की सेवा कर पा रहे हैं। और ऐसे समय जब नरेंद्र मोदी जी भारत के प्रधानमंत्री हैं और उनके नेतृत्व में अद्भुत और अभूतपूर्व विकास देश का हुआ है, जन कल्याण के कामों का एक नया इतिहास रचा गया है और अब तो संकल्प है विकसित भारत। और मेरा पूरा विश्वास है कि मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में ही विकसित भारत का संकल्प पूरा होगा। उस संकल्प की पूर्ति के छोटे से माध्यम गिलहरी की तरह हम भी बनेंगे, इसका आनंद है। मुझे तो पार्टी जो भी काम सौंपेगी उसको पूरी प्रामाणिकता, पूरी निष्ठा और अस्तित्व की संपूर्ण क्षमता लगा के काम करना है। मानव जीवन अपना सफल और सार्थक बने, देश की सेवा करके भारतीय जनता पार्टी के माध्यम से, बस यही अभिलाषा है।
तो मतलब अब की बार 400 पार का नारा पूरा हो रहा है क्या?
निश्चित तौर पर मध्य प्रदेश में 29 की 29 सीट बीजेपी जीतेगी और अब की बार 400 बार, फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार।
Let me bring in my guests, political analysts and senior journalists. Let me start with Javed Ansari, senior journalist who's joining us here on the show tonight. Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist. Professor Sanjay Kumar, psephologist and also co-director of Lokniti CSDS. Amitabh Tiwari, we are expecting, will join us shortly. Nalin Mehta, managing editor of Money Control, is also here with us. Let me begin with you, Nalin. The big headline for you as far as these 195 seats are concerned. Any running thread, any pattern that you see here?
So I think the biggest pattern, if there is one headline that the BJP, it is that the BJP is focused on winnability, and the second is that it's focused on accountability for everyone. So for example, if you look at Delhi, the number of changes that have been made in Delhi out of the 5 seats that have been declared, that's a response to the Congress and the AAP coming together. So there, the BJP has been absolutely ruthless. If you look at UP, where a number of candidates have been repeated, and of course, importantly, and you see the balance over there, there again, BJP is taking no chances in UP. And then you look at the number of Rajya Sabha, the number of ministers who are in the Rajya Sabha who are being asked to fight, now whether it's Bhupendra Yadav, whether it's Mansukh Mandavia or Purushottam Rapala, all of them being fielded. So I think if you put it all together, that tells you how closely the BJP looked at the micromanagement of this. And think about Kerala, for example. The BJP is looking to make inroads into Kerala. The nomination of Rajiv Chandrasekhar versus Shashi Tharoor in Thiruvananthapuram. By the way, Thiruvananthapuram is a seat which the BJP has been consistently winning about 28-29% of the vote share in the last 2 or 3 Lok Sabha elections. So it does see it as a possible green shoot, and it's certainly going to be a high octane contest. And I think the seats where or the states where the BJP is still looking at alliances or putative alliances which are taking shape, those have been left for the second phase.
Right. Sanjay Kumar, 195 seats announced even before the model code of conduct comes in, even before the election commission tells us when are the elections beginning. The first movers advantage clearly with Bharatiya Janata Party, or will this lead to dissidents creating further chaos, further confusion?
No, I think BJP plans everything very well. If they had anticipated that, making an early announcement of the names might create dissident, they would have not done that. I think it gives ample time to the candidates to go to the field, removes a little bit of uncertainty which is there in the minds of some candidates. So yes, it is, it is an advantage for BJP because candidates can start preparing. They can go to their constituency, start making a connect with their voters. So I think it is an advantage for BJP. Any party, I think party should try and announce the candidates well in advance, and that is what BJP has been able to do there.
And they saw the advantage of that in the recently concluded assembly elections. They announced their candidates early, and the results in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan were favourable. So perhaps it's a winning formula being repeated. But Javed Ansari, state-wise, if we focus, let's start with Delhi. As far as sitting members of parliament are concerned, only Manoj Tiwari there being repeated. From New Delhi, Sushma Swaraj's daughter Basuri Swaraj being fielded. How do you analyse the Delhi candidates who have been announced?
Well, they're good candidates, and it's perhaps a realization that this time around the BJP has a battle on its hands. Now that the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party have decided to come together, they've sealed their electoral alliance. So therefore, Mr. Parvesh Verma and Mr. Biduri appear to have paid for the kind of intemperate utterances, for the kind of embarrassment they brought to the party. Meenakshi Lekhi, I'm not so. She was elevated. She was made a minister, and now maybe it's either something to do with the social combination or the fact that her performance has been left wanting. But there are other things that catch the eye, to my mind. Bihar, where they've just sealed an alliance with Nitish Kumar, not a single seat has been announced. What happens to Vasundhara Raje Scindia? It appears that there is no room. I mean, for her, Dholpur, her son has been announced. Her son's candidature has been announced from Dholpur. So that means that Vasundhara is not getting a look in, unlike Shivraj Singh Chauhan. And also, what happens in Madhya Pradesh to Sadhvi
Pragya Thakur.
Sadhvi Pragya Thakur. So therefore, there are a lot of. I'm very intrigued, and yes, what will happen to Bhushan Saran Singh, Maneka Gandhi, and Varun Gandhi?
Okay, I'll let you have a glass of water, Mr. Ansari and Shekhar Iyer. Coming to this conversation, this pattern that we are talking about, the fact that you see Biduri getting dropped here in South Delhi, Parvesh Verma also not finding a mention, Sadhvi Pragya Thakur in Bhopal getting dropped. There's another sitting minister, Ajay Mishra Teni. There was a lot of farmer angst against him, but he's got a look in. And plus, two of the outsiders who have recently come into the party fold, one in Kerala, Anil Anthony, and the other, the BSP MP, Ritesh Pandey, who's just joined. What is the message being given by dropping people like Biduri, like Sadhvi Pragya Thakur, like Verma, and giving chance to people who had just entered the party? Is there a message that you see there, Shekhar Iyer?
Yeah, there is a message, and also there is a strategy, because one primary concern in all these changes is winnability in terms of the constituency. And that is where Meenakshi Lekhi was having a problem even last time. But last time, she had filed a case against Rahul Gandhi, and that had created a kind of a buzz. It was too difficult for BJP to drop her then. But even then, the feedback was that in the constituency, because today the New Delhi constituency is a huge constituency. It's actually the old South Delhi constituency. Yes. So therefore, in terms of complaints from the people in the constituency, had led to a situation where even last time many expected that Meenakshi would not be renominated, but she managed because of the controversy and she made headlines and things like that. But this time, I think the party has decided that they cannot take risks as the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress have, have managed to put together an alliance. They will contest 4-3. So they are not taking chances as far as Delhi is concerned, because Delhi is also important for BJP because of the fact that next year you're going to have assembly elections,
Right.
2025 November. So therefore, I think in Delhi it is winnability. In other places, the caste factor has also played a part. They have looked at the caste combination. So wherever you have import, the underlying message is probably the candidate is able to bring that caste combination. So that has happened in Uttar Pradesh. But overall, the message is the fact that even in Uttar Pradesh, they have managed to declare 51 of the 80 seats. The overall message is to show that the BJP is very confident under the Prime Minister's leadership, and that and the slogan that 400 par, 370, all these are more meant to further electrify the cadre and their campaign. So
Right.
that is coming out clearly. And in fact, there is a mix. Earlier you have seen and you mentioned about Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, where they came out with the list. They announced candidates for those places where BJP had difficulty in winning. This time there is a mix. For instance, in Kerala, they have gone in for early announcement so that the buzz starts picking up even before. Because last time they had announced candidates, even the first list had come out around March 21st of 2019, after the dates had been announced and the model code of conduct had kicked in. But this time it's an early start, and in states like Kerala where they feel there are at least 4 or 5 seats where they hope, particularly Thrissur and Trivandrum and even Kozhikode. These are the seats that BJP is looking at. There is a chance of winning. There is a chance, winning chance is there.
Right.
So that is the reason in some places they have gone early, and there are other places where seats have not been announced, like Tamil Nadu, for instance. Prime Minister was there. That Annamalai's Yatra
Right.
had just concluded. Those are places where they are going to be more cautious in picking up candidates.
And I think also in Maharashtra and Bihar, 2 places where the alliance partners have just joined the NDA. Uttar Pradesh also, RLD's joining of the NDA is still in flux. So I think there are those factors also being kept in mind. But Nalin Mehta, once again on that question of Anil Anthony and Ritesh Pandey getting the tickets, do you think the Bharatiya Janata Party now, the way it is made, it is very clear that even if a Karyakarta has worked for the party for n number of years, there is no scope to complain that why is an outsider who's joined just 5 days ago getting a look over the Karyakarta?
No, I think, look, this is a question that was raised in Madhya Pradesh as well when Jyotiraditya Scindia had defected with a whole bunch of people who were made ministers, which led to a lot of disaffection in the Karyakartas at that point of time in MP. I think the message that the BJP is giving out is that is of mergers and acquisitions. When you have people who defect to your tent, the message is you will be rewarded, because the BJP is trying to grow its social base. So in areas where the BJP does not have large bases, it's essentially been growing by a series of mergers and acquisitions, and they are given a space. So for example, almost all of Northeast of the BJP's growth has been built by defectors from other parties who were given space. Now that was to the detriment of many of the local old RSS guard, but I think this is a very concerted strategy. And what the BJP is also, for example, in the last 10-15 days, you've had so many defections from the Congress, from Ashok Chavan to many others, to the BJP. The message the BJP is giving out is, if you come into the tent, you will get a place in this tent, and it's expanding its base.
Right. So Javed Ansari, where does that leave the opposition then? The Bharatiya Janata Party making it very clear that if you cross over, there is space for you to grow. And since this is an election machine which is repeatedly winning election after election, this is where your future is. And now with 195 seats getting declared so much in advance, do you think the opposition is struggling to find an answer to all these challenges?
These seats were not declared, had not been declared. The advantage was still with the BJP. From word go, the opposition is playing catch up. The India Alliance, if at all it exists, is seriously adrift. There's more as far as organization, as far as optics, as far as preparedness goes. The BJP is far ahead. In addition to that, the Prime Minister's image, the Ram Mandir neo-nationalism issue, the organizational and the financial heft that it brings to. So they are streets ahead, and the opposition has been playing catch up. They've made a huge tactical mistake by waiting for the 5 state election results to come out before approaching the. That was the blame primarily lies with the Congress, because that was clearly a case of one-upmanship. The moment they lost those elections, the whole momentum, that little bit of momentum that India Alliance had managed to generate, just evaporated into thin air.
Right. So while the India Alliance and the opposition front appear, the perception is that they are a unit which is in complete disarray. Professor Sanjay Kumar, the Bharatiya Janata Party is 370 for BJP and 400 for NDA. When you see the way these 195 seats have been declared, the candidates have been declared, where is the pattern? Where is BJP, as per you, really trying to gain over 2019? Because last elections, Gujarat, it was a clean sweep. Rajasthan, it was a clean sweep. Madhya Pradesh, except for Chhindwara, was a clean sweep. Uttar Pradesh, yes, compared to 14, they lost a few seats, but more or less Uttar Pradesh was completely saffronized as well. This time, if they're trying to push their tally upwards from where they were in 2019, which are those states, perhaps, which could give them that impetus to reach that magic figure of 370?
First, it would be very difficult for BJP to reach the target which Prime Minister Modi has set for the party, which is 370 seats. But still, yes, there are several states where BJP has peaked. But I don't believe that if BJP has peaked in some of the states in 2019, they may not be able to repeat the performance, because same was said about many states, say Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and many other states in 2019. But BJP improved upon its performance in 2019 compared to 2014. So BJP could very well do that. But there are still scope for the BJP to expand in some other states, UP being one of those, because in UP, BJP had 62 seats and 2 seats with the allies. So there is a scope for 10-12 seats in UP, which they could easily do. There is a scope for BJP to improve in West Bengal. Last time BJP had 18 seats. They could easily add a few more seats in West Bengal. We should not forget Odisha. Odisha has 21 seats. BJP had won 8 seats in last time. There is also a scope for BJP to expand in Odisha. And if BJP want to expand further, come anywhere close to 370, very, very difficult. But then they need to expand in southern state.
Right.
And if you look at the pattern of ticket distribution, they have announced the candidates in Kerala very early. So they will try, as Shekhar Iyer ji was saying, there are a few states which BJP want to, invest a lot. And if they are able to win 1 or 2 seats from Kerala, those 1 or 2 seat victory would be very, very symbolic.
Right.
So BJP needs to expand in the south if they want to, reach anywhere close to 370.
So it'll be interesting to watch what is their combination announced for Tamil Nadu, for Andhra Pradesh, for Telangana. Yes, 1 or 2 seats have been announced. Telangana, 9 seats have been announced. Andhra Pradesh, 2, including Bandi Sanjay's seat has also been announced out of these 2. Nalin Mehta, final word to you. Let's talk about Odisha. Every time in Rajya Sabha, BJP has been in a trouble spot. BJD has come to its rescue. But now we are looking at a situation where the assembly elections and the general elections will happen around the same time. Can BJP afford to get into an alliance? Congress is hardly there in Odisha. These 2 are the principal parties there.
No, so Odisha has always been a state historically for the last 8 or 10 years between the BJD and the BJP, where while there has not been an alliance, but there has been, well, you could say some kind of a tacit understanding. So last time, for example, the BJP won a significant number of seats in Lok Sabha, but in the Vidhan Sabha, it was Naveen Patnaik's party all over. Now this time as well, see, there are 2 things about Odisha. One is that the Congress and the BJD have always been the principal parties. The BJP was a challenger, wanted to displace the Congress as the number 2 party. Now what the BJP is looking at is playing a long-term game, that with Naveen Patnaik, as he grows older, they're looking at a post Naveen Patnaik era, say 5, 6, 10 years down the line, and trying to get into the space that the Congress is in. So at this point, I think the BJP will certainly be looking for a large number of seats for Lok Sabha from Odisha, but they wouldn't necessarily mind if they cede some space in the Vidhan Sabha.
Right. Nalin Mehta, thank you so much for that analysis. My thanks also to Javed Ansari, Shekhar Iyer, as well as Professor Sanjay Kumar for sharing all your thoughts. So the Bharatiya Janata Party has really thrown the challenge to the opposition. 195 seats getting declared way before the Election Commission tells us that what is the date from which polling begins. The Model Code of Conduct is still a few days away. It is possible that BJP will come up with all the seats before that, while the opposition is still struggling with its alliance firming. What do you think? How much of a head start does the BJP have? You can engage with us on our social media handles. BJP's next list is also expected very soon. We will keep you updated on that one. Thanks for watching.